In this video, Sam Mode from Sam Mode YouTube channel runs us through his 12-month hair transplant update. Would you like to see it?
I would like to see it.
Then stay tuned.
Thank you.
I'm your host, Paul Anderson. Hope you're ready?
Yes.
Let's go! Hello and welcome to another Hair Solution Network video. Today's hair solution method is from Sam Mode from Sam Mode's YouTube channel. In his channel, Sam Mode focuses on different topics such as motivational and fitness videos as well as videos about his hair regrowth journey. Consider subscribing to this channel for more awesome videos. Please see the channel's link on the description below. Without further ado, let us go straight to today's hair solution method with Sam Mode from Sam Mode YouTube channel.
What's happening, everybody? Sam Modlinski here, also known as Sam Mod. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. And guess what today is? Go on and give anyone a guess what today might be. Well, you might already know from the title of this video. That's right, today is 12 months on since I went into Istanbul and got my hair transplant done last September. I don't want to waste any time with a big fairy tale story. I just want to show you photos from before I got it done, the day I got it done, the day after I got it done, the week after I got it done, the months after I got it done, and leading up to this point now where I'm 12 months in. I'm pretty sure I've had every bit of growth that I need to be satisfied with the results. So this first photo is the day right before I was getting my hair transplant done. This photo is actually in the hotel bathroom that I was staying in. As you can see, like the whole frontal area of my hair was just non-existent. And to be honest, you won't find many photos of me where my hair looks bad from before I got my hair transplant done, which I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. Like, if there's a photo where your hair looks embarrassing, I can guarantee it's deleted, it's destroyed, it's eliminated off the face of this earth because you don't want that photo to get out and get a better angle, am I right? But luckily for you guys in this video, I do want to share some photos of when my hair was quite embarrassing, which not a lot of people have seen. I mean, not even my girlfriend's seen these kind of photos, not even my best friends have seen these kind of photos. So you guys are in for a real treat today of pure authenticity, pure openness, and just showing you it from my perspective, because I'm pretty sure what I went through and the whole process that I experienced is a regular kind of experience that everyone else is probably going through, but doesn't really like to talk about it. And the next photo is just a side-on view of the day before my transplant. As you can see, like, I've got a little bit at the front, but then in the temples area, there's just nothing going on. Like, the back of my hair is all scraggy and long. Like, it's just really thin and wispy, and a bit of light goes on it and it disappears. And then boom, this is like 10 minutes after I got my hair transplant procedure done. As you can see, the top's still red raw. As you can see, I only got the horseshoe area done at the front. I've got the bandages on the back still from where the follicles were extracted. And yeah, I was feeling pretty confident about myself here. This is the moment where I was thinking, I'm okay with having a bald head. Like, worst case scenario, if this goes terribly wrong, I'm good. And I'm happy to have a shaved head because, to be honest, all these years I've avoided it. It actually doesn't even look that bad. This second photo is when I was walking down the street in Istanbul. 3 days after having it done, I've had the bandages taken off my back. I was walking down the street. I was practicing my self-confidence when I get back to England because I didn't really care about anyone in Istanbul. You can see that gentleman behind me. You're probably thinking, what is this crazy English guy doing? There's another guy to my left there too. You're probably thinking, like, these crazy Brits. But I didn't care. You know, I was practicing my self-confidence. I was practicing the mental side of things, going out in public. You know, I was doing videos. If anyone follows me on Instagram, you've probably seen them all anyway. I was up and about, to say the least. I wasn't hiding in a hotel room. I just got out there, and then by the time I got back to England, I'd already become accustomed to being out in it. So yeah, here's a video of me walking around at night anyway. So as you can see, enjoying the bald-headed life, getting all that fresh Turkish air to my scalp, chewing on some kind of cocktail stick there because I thought it was dead cool. And yeah, this was a nice, relaxing evening walk. This photo was about 5 days after my hair transplant. I think I was actually waiting to get picked up by a taxi here and I got a friend to take a photo of me who I met in the hotel. As you can see, my head is fully bald, but you can see like the kind of crusts that started to form from where the transplant took place. And if I'm right with the next video, you can actually see a real close up of the little tiny little Rice Krispies which are on my head. And you could touch them a little bit and they were rock hard, but they wasn't ready to come out yet. Like you could almost feel them wiggling and really rooted in, nice and strong. So that gave me a lot of confidence, and it's not as delicate as it looks. So this photo is about 10 days after, when the scabs finally fell off. The clinic told me between 7 days and 10 days, you should expect the scabs to fall off. And if they don't fall off, then you should encourage them to fall off to get fresh air to the new follicles. And I was on about day 9 or 10 and they'd not really came out yet. So I got a damp cloth and I just dabbed them with a tiny little bit of movement, and they literally just came off so easily. And this photo is the photo I took after, when the rest of my hair had got back to a little normal length. Front transplanted follicles were just sitting really nice. I was feeling good about myself here. I was thinking, I've got that standard shaved head look and I'm happy with how things are going. This photo is the first public outing in England. I went to Wagamamas with my girlfriend. We loved that place, and I didn't want my hair to keep me locked in for weeks and weeks. So I said, look, let's go to Wagamamas. I don't really care, and let's enjoy some food. And when I got to take the picture, and when she took the picture and she handed it over, I was thinking like I look like a real bald. I was thinking I look so goofy, so sweaty, and my head looks like a snooker ball. But I was just going through the process, it's just something that you've got to go through. And in my honest opinion, I think you should just get yourself out there, get uncomfortable, and it's the quickest way to recover, I think.
According to medical research, hair transplants are typically more successful than over-the-counter hair restoration products. But there are some factors to consider. Anywhere from 10 to 80% of transplanted hair will fully grow back in an estimated 3 to 4 months. Like regular hair, transplanted hair will thin over time.
Wow! Okay, so this photo is when I started to think, now I'm looking a little bit strange, a little bit like the Godfather. This was when we went on a dog walk. I think this was about 6 weeks after. So I was in the shedding phase here, and those nice little pretty follicles you see had fallen out, and I was like, my head is completely bald and I look like an old man. I actually thought I looked quite fresh on this until she took the picture, and I didn't actually look like Jason Statham, what I thought. I just looked like some Latvian security guard that had come over on a fake visa to guard the club doors. But yeah, this one set my confidence back a little bit, but I thought, you know what, I'm still out and about, I'm still in the public, and I'm still getting used to my new head. So this photo was from my old workplace when I used to do engineering. No one has seen this photo, not even my girlfriend's seen this photo, none of my friends, none on my social media. This is a photo I used to send, or I still do send, to a lot of people that are going through the first month or 2 months of their hair transplant, when they're getting used to the hair growing back. And as you can see, the front of my hair is still nice and thick and black. This was not long after I took the scabs off. And the back of my hair was like bald here, and I was like, but the back of my hair was like super thin and pretty much non-existent. And I was like, why am I bald here? Like, I didn't know I was bald here. I thought I was just bald at the front. So this time period is really worrying for me, because I thought I'm going to have this great head of hair on the front, but the back's just going to be like bald. And I was just like, yeah, this is quite worrying for me. And then as a couple of weeks went by, I started to notice a little bit of hair coming back at the rear and in the middle. And then as you can see here, the front is pretty much completely shedded. There's like pretty much no hair at the front, a little bit of hair at the back. This was a point for me where I was thinking, you know what, if this doesn't turn out, I'm just shaving my head bald, because I was in that limbo period between 1 and 2 months where you think it's all gone wrong. You think you're going to be one of those horror stories. But, I rocked it, and I was still going to the gym at this point now. I was beyond the resting point. This photo was probably my favorite photo in the recovery phase of the first 2 months, because this is when I actually went to the barbers and I got the back and sides shaved right down. The back and side was still a little bit red, as you can see in this photo again. At the back, it's like a tiny little bit red, and you can still see some of the scabs. This was actually 1 month exactly, because I went to the barbers and got the full back and sides shaved bald. And I actually enjoyed this look for quite a little bit, even though I had a lot of redness at the front and quite a lot of redness at the back. This is about 2.5 months in, back at my old job, engineering. And again, no one has seen this photo. You guys are the first to see this photo. My girlfriend, my family, my friends, none of them have seen these photos. So yeah, again, this is like a really low point because I was wearing my helmet. My head was getting a little bit sweaty sometimes. When I'd take my helmet off to check my hair condition, I'd notice it was a little bit greasy and a little bit sweaty, and it really made it look a lot worse, like an old man. Like the front was totally bald because the shedding phase had been well underway. The back was like really patchy and bald, and people on the work site was trying to terrorize me, saying that I'd gone and wasted my money. But again, I stuck through it. This photo is a few weeks later. As you can see, I'm getting the thickness a little bit back at the rear now and through the middle. But you can see the frontal area is just completely shedded. It must have shedded like 2 or 3 times here, because I was really like getting stressed out and thinking, well, if it don't work, it don't work. I can shave my head. That's what I was still thinking at this point. And here's a close-up with a bit of better light. It was just pretty much a red area with loads of little holes. And I was thinking, you messaging the clinic, you're saying, is this normal? You're trying to find people that have had a hair transplant saying, is this normal? And yeah, this is a stressful period for me. Especially with making YouTube videos, and I was thinking people are going to think, it's failed. But I just stuck with it. And I made sure that I kept my confidence high, made sure I kept the belief high. I trusted the process. And this video is when I first noticed myself in the mirror in a public toilet. And I was kind of feeling myself a little bit. I was like, do you know what? This is actually looking okay now. I've got the back and sides shaved nice and tidy again. I've got the front and the back kind of shaped up. And even though it's still a little bit short and patchy, it's feeling a lot better about myself. Okay, so this photo, I think it's jumped back a little bit in time. This is my first night out. I went out and celebrated my best friend's birthday, Carlito. His birthday's on the 5th of November. And yeah, I just made sure I enjoyed it. And a lot of friends I was out with, they was all making me feel good, telling me it looks good, telling me my bald head looks good, telling me I was brave for getting out in public. And I felt good about myself. And that is a true smile. That is a true happiness smile. And I can honestly say that if my hair stayed like that, I could have lived a happy life. Here's another quick photo of the back of my hair. I think this is around 3 months. When I started to get rid of the redness, I started to get rid of the patchiness at the back. Again, my hair's shaved right down here, pretty much 0.5, if not a little bit less. And yeah, you can see there's no visible scarring, no crazy like horror stories, which I was really happy to see. Here's another picture of me posing. A lot of these pictures are people that I've spoke to along the way that are wanting to get their hair transplant done, and they just asked me for a quick snapshot, which I'm happy to give. But if most of you follow me on Instagram, you know that I'm posting on there all the time anyway. Videos, pictures, all sorts of content. You see me at all angles on Instagram. So follow me on there if you want to see like daily updates of how my hair's getting on. And this was probably the moment where I could sit back and relax and think, this is the right thing I've done. This was my birthday on the 27th of January, about 4 months? 4 months after my procedure, maybe approaching 5 months. And I was in the Shard in London having dinner with my girlfriend. And she took a picture of me. She said I looked dead nice. And she put the flash on. I was thinking, this is going to look embarrassing. And the photo actually come back and it just looked really good. And I was thinking, okay, this is the new me. Like I can live with this. My hair, it was really short on the side, really short on top, just a tiny little push up and over with a tiny little fringe to stand up. Yes, you can see some of the hair follicles at the front, and people might say it looks a little bit pluggy. People might say, oh, they put 3 hair follicles in the front when it should only be 1 hair follicle. But like, I didn't care. Like, I felt good, and I still do feel good looking at that photo and think, that was a good night to realise that this new hair situation is the start of the rest of your life. And yeah, I felt good on that one.
Hair Solutions Network, where you get amazing hair solutions under one roof. Enjoy and consider subscribing to the channel for more weekly videos.
And again, this is another trip to London in front of St. Paul's Cathedral. And as you can see, my hair's nice and short, stood up a little bit. a little bit over to the right, and yeah, this felt nice and fresh. This was when my hair was at a really short length, when the wind and the rain and the snow and anything else couldn't really bother it, because once I got out of the shower and I styled it a certain way, the wind could blow it wherever it wanted and it'd just go back into place, because it wasn't super thin, it wasn't dead wispy, it wasn't all like, it wasn't weak. It's a strong head of hair. It was kept really short and it was really easy to manage. The next photo is a photo from behind, looking up at St. Paul's Cathedral. You can see the back of the hair is a bit longer than I usually have it there. That's probably about a 1 or maybe a 1.5, but there's no signs of any scarring. There's no signs of any redness or patchiness there. This is one of my older videos. I think this might have been around 6 to 7 months in. You can actually see me wash my full hair, dry my full hair and brush it. This is a screenshot taken from that video, showing that even 7 months in, it was not fully dense, but I could manage it really well and I could be really content with how my hair looked once I styled it. You can see the front middle bit there is super thick because I already had a bit of hair there too. You can see the side is looking okay. The temple areas are looking good, but again, it's not as thick as the rest of my hair. And again, you can kind of see the little bits of follicles at the front that do stand out a little bit. But was I content? Yes. Was I happy with how things are going? Yes. This is a photo I sent to a friend when he asked for an update. I think this is about 8 months in. And I'll put this photo side by side with the image from the start of the video, where it was the day before my transplant, and you can see me pull my hair back. And you can really see the difference in the frontal line there. Followed by the next picture, which is me in the gym, skin fade at the sides, fully bald at the sides, a little bit more length on top now, a little bit of a up and over quiff, not too much, not too fancy, just enough to keep it nice and tidy. But I think around this time, I didn't want to keep the quiff, I didn't want to keep the long hair, I didn't want maintenance that it brought. So the next photo shows me, you probably recognize this from an old thumbnail of mine. This is when I cut my hair down super short, went full skin bald around the back and sides, took it right down on the top, left a little bit at the front just to style it. And yeah, this was super short and I was super happy with this kind of styling. Again, this must have been about 8 to 9 months. You can still see the frontal areas where it's a little bit jagged, where they put 3 follicles instead of 1 follicle, but at the end of the day, I felt good, I felt fresh, and I felt sharp. And I think that's all I really wanted to get out of my hair transplant. And this photo is going a little bit back in time when I was still working in engineering. As you can see, I'll put it side by side with one of the older photos where my head was like really patchy, and you can see the quality of density. You can see the whole hair growth as one. And it was at this point again where I started to realize like this is really satisfying me now, and this is where I knew I'd made the right decision. So here's a couple of recent photos. This is me on the phone to a client talking about the social media ad service that we run. We have a full-time photographer that comes on our work days, and they get snapshots of us while we're just getting on with our daily routine. So it's nice to see photographs from angles that I wouldn't actively take. It's nice to see myself from an angle that I've not seen before. Followed by this second photo as well. I was on the phone trying to make a deal, and if you look at the top of the hair, it looks really thick. I didn't have my hair cut here, as you can see the sides is really long, but I think it all looks good together anyway. No complaints there with that photo. And this is another photo of me working outside when it was sunny a few weeks ago. I've got my laptop converted into the iPad there, deep in a bit of work. My hair's a relatively decent length there. I wear it just as I'm wearing it now, just a little bit messy, ruffled forward. Real small fringe compared to what I've got now. I need to get it cut back a little bit, but yeah, this is the kind of hairstyle that I want to rock going forwards now, and this is probably what I'll stick with for a long time. And to finish, here's another photo of me in a bright white shirt giving it a big peggy smile, and I am still in need of a haircut on this photo, but I kind of like the way it all blends in together and it's kind of like one length. So this is definitely a look that I can rock going forwards too.
Hair transplant is a good hair loss solution option for those who have failed to regain their hair with other approved hair growth options such as minoxidil, biotin, laser caps, and forth. For one to maintain a long-term healthy hair after undergoing a hair transplant operation, they need to ensure to use products such as biotin, minoxidil, and FUE as prescribed by their hair doctor. Hope you guys enjoyed this fantastic video. Please share with your friends and consider subscribing to the channel for more exciting weekly videos. Also consider watching our recommended videos popping out on this video as well as those in the description below for more hair growth and maintenance solutions. Please leave a comment below, it will be fantastic to hear from you. Till we meet again, see you at the top.